Who knows anything about me? 3 people. Oh my God. Okay, and the rest don't. My name is Toni Ghazi. I am Lebanese. I was born in Lebanon. I moved to the US when I was 15 years old. Spoke 0 English. I knew several languages, but didn't speak any English. And I grew up Christian Orthodox all of my life. I'm 46. I was born 1980, whatever the math is. You do the math, 1980 minus 2026, that's my age. And for 42 years, I believed in Christianity. The typical, pray for Jesus, pray for Mother Mary, all the saints. Not that I don't believe in them, but I believe in them in a different way now. In like the past, I would pray for them outside of me. I would wait for them to heal me, or I would wait for them, or I would put out all these wishes, disempowering myself, and just waiting for something, someone else to heal me, or to fix me, or to change me, or give me more money, or whatever it is. And it served. And I'm really going fast. I also grew up during the Lebanese Civil War. So for 6, 7, 8 years, from the age of 5 to the age of 10, 11, exactly what's happening like in Lebanon right now, I kind of lived through. I don't know what my body has like stored in terms of, all kinds of trauma and things. It's all being uncovered as like we speak. I also was molested as a child, like sexually, by a family member. No names given out, but anyways. Not funny, but funny, in a grander like perspective. So I have sexual trauma that I'm also still working through. And I stutter. I've always stuttered. You're gonna hear me, like you may not notice it, but I use the word and I use the word like a lot to help me bridge. And if I don't, I'll go, like the words don't come out. Literally, they will not come out. And for years, for 25, at least 28 years, I lived in absolute terror speaking. In school, like went to a French school system where everything is oral. You have to like do math in front of the class. You have to like recite poetry. You have to read. And of course I get called on. Of course the stutterer, the first thing people, and I would go into panic attacks. I would be anxious, like waiting for the school bus to pick me up, like to go to school, because I didn't want to be called on all day long. So for 8, 9 hours, I'm in anxiety mode. All my life till the age of 25. And at the age of 33, of course, you go get degrees, like you get your MBA and do all these things, and you think you're invincible and you're smart and you're doing all these things. And I had an interview like with this big corporation, and I had 3 people interviewing me like at a table at the age of 33, and like they're asking me questions, and I go into a complete stuttering mode, complete tunnel vision, skin sweating. Here comes like the stuttering. Everything turned black, and I ran out of that interview feeling broken at the age of 33, like thinking I'm smart, I have all these, feeling like this, completely broken into pieces, that I cannot even speak in this world, and that my physical body cannot even, everybody's speaking, like even like to work you have to speak. How can I function in this world when the words aren't coming out? And the reason like that I'm mentioning all this to you is just to let you know that I'm as real as you are, each and every one of you. And although I'm going to get into a channeling state where a higher like self of mine, whatever you want to call it, and I'll get into the specific like beings if you're open enough to receive it. If not, it's all spirits. When they speak, it's a very different way, and I don't stutter under this channeling state. Which is really interesting, because when I'm in my heart, fully in my heart, beyond the logic, I'm in flow. When I'm back to my mind and the construction of things, that's where the stuttering comes in. And I knew nothing about aliens or UFOs or extraterrestrials or channeling or spirit, nothing about spirituality, apart from religion, like the way that you're taught. You get on your knees and you pray and like forgive, and you have to go to the booth, I forget the term now, where you repent, or what is it? Confession. Thank you. You confess, and you confess to God on your own, all these like the sin. Us praying, even within prayers, we call ourselves sins. That's a thing that's like, now I'm like, I will never use that word again. Like, I'm not going to create that in my world. So at the age of 20, at the age of like 42, exactly when COVID hit is when my consciousness awoke. I don't know how to describe it to you. One day I was in my Christianity, like Lebanese, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The next day, synchronicities began opening up. And on the Gaia channel, do you guys know like the Gaia channel? Yes? I'm going to be on there, by the way. My episodes got released like 2 days ago as a channel. So if like you Google my name, like you can see my interview on Beyond Belief. But like the Gaia channel just appeared on Amazon. I knew nothing about Gaia. The first like show that I like began watching is the interview with extra dimensionals, which is all these beings that all these humans that channel like these beings. I was obsessed for a month and a half just watching that thing. I understand the English of like the words, of course, but no context in terms of how does this fit into the grander, into like the grander piece. And I thought you had to be extremely special. You have to have some like right. You have to come from a special lineage. You must be a good person. You know, your mom was a saint. Her dad was a saint. You know, the whole lineage of like the good people, the saints, in order for you like to be able to channel. So the disempowerment of me while watching like those people was a thing. And I stopped watching because I went back to work. Also, what I didn't tell you, I'm a realtor, so I sell real estate. I've been selling real estate year or two, okay, for 17 years, and it's still my thing. So I have a full like business in like real estate, and I have a full business in this where I speak all over, and I still do them like both like simultaneously. And I work with corporations, I work with leaders, I work like with CEOs to bridge the heart into a very 3D world, right? It's like when you go to work. You like put on this hat, whatever you are, engineer this or whatever, and you forget about the heart because you're stuck in this world of like performance and I don't know what else, and you deal with vendors and board members and investors and money and profits and percentages and do this and goals and whatever and destinations but then the moment like you leave work, you're back to yourself, to the human self, to the self that desires love, desires expansion, like desires everyone to be one, to understand these things you understand in your heart. So I help like leaders bridge 3D work with real heart work, which takes a lot of like inner work. And I had my first past life regression 3 months after after COVID, when I get hypnotized, and that's where the praying mantis came in, the insect beings, like praying mantis. Who knows praying mantis beings? 1, 2, 3. No. Beyond. We constructed our understanding of what like what and who like God is through the conscious awareness of what we are. We're unconscious that actual intelligence like truly comes in many different forms. The beings that I speak with, they come in the archetype of the insect like praying mantis only because our minds are able to understand that on our planet. But in essence, they aren't insectoid like in nature. They're just this flow of energy. That's the best way that you know I can describe it. When they came in, they showed me like 3 images. Like the first image was of this head, this like rectangular head that looked like a praying mantis being. It came and it left. It was an instant flash, but within that instant, I was in it for an infinite time. It was the first time ever in my life where I was hyper aware of many realities and many like timelines all at once. Although this image came and left, I was literally in it for infinite. The next image was of this like long-bodied silhouette, like 20, 30 feet high. It had a head, it had shoulders and arms, and like they were like this, all made of light. I could not see any features. It's just like the whole silhouette, all like emanating light. And I heard like, and it was a flash. It saw, and I have chills right now because I'm reliving it. It like came and left. And I was in it at the same time for a long time. And like they told me like telepathically, each and every one of you are light consciousness, and we are coming to you in this way, in this human silhouette form, because like the logical mind, the construction of what we said the world is, can comprehend that. But as you begin to open your heart to us and allow us in, we will begin to assist your mind to understand who we are, like little by little, to expand that construction of like limitation. The third and last image was so powerful, it's unbelievable. It was of this heart. I can't remember if it was a heart like this, or the heart like the heart in our like physical body, but it was sliced. And when I say it was sliced in every direction. Like everywhere I look, this way, that way, up, down, there were just slices of a heart. It's the best way I can do it. Again, instant image, but I was in it forever. And I have chills right now. Within each of the slices, it was all faceted like crystals. Like you see how these crystals have facet angles. But what was interesting wasn't that it was all like faceted. It was the intelligent clarity of the facet. There was something about how clear the facet was that was super intelligent and alive. That's the best way that I can describe it. And with these infinite corridors of this heart being sliced, When I say a grain, the smallest piece of sand that you can ever imagine, divide that by 1,000,000,000. A grain of light. Within this infiniteness of a heart, there was a tiny dot of light. And literally they said, each and every one of you are so powerful that you do not need a massive flame or a volcano or a bonfire to remember how powerful you are. All you need is a tiny little drop of who you are. And in that moment, I like realized what I just heard and experienced. That little grain of light, like reflected light off the one facet to the next, into the infinite facets. I mean, I have my whole body's gonna like fall off right now. I have like so much chills. Everything turned into an explosion of light, and I ran out of that session. And of course, like many lifetimes came in where I was buried alive. I was like a slave many times. I was a black boy. I lived a lot of traumatic lives that I chose to live. A lot of trauma, like with body, with back. I have lower back issues. L4, L5, S1, if you know anything about the spine, like bulge and da-da-da. And I ran out of that session like saying, oh my God, I talked to the insectoid beings, those are my family, da-da-da-da. That was my initial like awakening, right? And in the beginning, when you leave the world of like religion, or like the world of like construct, you're desiring to belong to something else. Where do I come from? Like people ask me, which planet do I come from? Well, now I have like realized like 2.5 years later, like the more that I commune with them, like the more I channel and I do all these things, I'm everything. It's just an aspect of me. It's a true version of me that awakened within me. And there's a lot more that I can share with you, but I'm just cognizant, you know, of the time. A lot of their messages are about unconditional love. We talked about it last night. Love without conditions. Humanity, us, with no judgment, don't know what that is. We love with conditions, and we wrap, literally like a gift, like a Christmas gift. We wrap it in a beautiful wrapping paper and a bow, the idea of judgment. We put a costume of love outside of it, but when we begin unwrapping it, there's a form of judgment inside. My beings are quite provocative that like for a whole year, I did not share their message. I'm like, I don't know if people understand me. I don't think they're gonna understand me. I disempowered you guys in my own mind, and all of you. I'm like, I don't know if like they're ready to open their heart. My heart is huge. I know it within my like physical mind. A lot of teachers tell me, like just yesterday, like the guy with the big hair, Randy, he came to me. Gary, he came up to me. He's like, you are a heart. You are a massive heart. I'm like, it's not much first time I hear it. Like it's more confirmation. I know that I'm loving in my own way of understanding what love is. But when I channel them, where they like take me to the ideas that they deconstruct in my mind to allow me to experience the expansion of love, there's no bounds to love. And everything we're going through, everything, the trauma you went through. Remind me your name again.
Rose.
Rose was here the other day, spoke. Incredible story. Incredible story. As much as to the mind, we may not understand why this happened to me and why do I have to go through this and why do I have to go through this trauma and this pain. All of us to allow our hearts to expand to the next frequency of what love is. Because in our like logical mind, we think we've tapped into love. Oh, I've been in love. I'm in love and withdrawing and all these things or whatever. Like yes, we've all had like that state of expanded love. But that state keeps on going. It's a living creature. It's a living organism. It's a living frequency. And every experience that we go through, depending on the lens in which we see it, allows us to tap into that and see how large and massive and fucking amazing. I have no filter, by the way, guys. That's being real. Believe me, because otherwise, you know.
I felt your love before ever seeing you. And then when I seen you, I know where it was coming from.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back in the day. I just want to say that.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I could feel your energy like the whole time, like you were here, and I could, and yeah, thank you. I completely recognize. Listen, I grew up Catholic / like Orthodox, so the fuck, the sis, the word, the no, the bad, the evil, the whole morality thing, the good or bad, none of that exists, guys. We create it. This is our construction. We literally are architects. We architected, and I make up words, by the way, I love it. We architect the world, and through that architecture, we try to understand something that's larger. But in order for us to expand into something that's unknown and more than us, we have to surrender. And like surrender what? Like surrender the idea of this architecture and beginning to like dig a hole and go into something where it's dark. Because in the darkness, not in the darkness when there's an evil man or like the boogie monster or the devil, in the darkness is more of who we are, more aspects of us, but we're not taught. And it's not darkness in the sense we've been conditioned through Hollywood and TV and horror movies and I don't know what else and alien invasion and all that bullshit. Yes, those are aspects of reality, but they're just illusions to allow us to tap into other forms of energy, other forms of emotions, to see what's mirror. Everything is mirrors, reflecting back to us what we cannot see within our hearts. If we're conscious enough to begin seeing everything as a mirror. So a lot of their messages deconstruct the logic and like the mind, and like you guys will get to ask questions for them. Just be mindful. They're gonna go into your brain, into the way you ask the question. They're gonna help you become conscious why you asked that question to begin with. And knowing why you asked that question, literally that like desire to get an answer and like the destination which never exists falls away. And then you're in freedom of being and of like receiving. Everything is about integrating back who you are. Love without conditions, and like judgment. They talk about war. They talk about provocative things, and like those are the things I was not courageous enough like to share like with the world. Even my husband, just like a month ago, and you know it's on like social media. He said, "You're out of your fucking mind. You don't live in this fucking world." He literally was serious. I'm like, and I look at him straight now, I'm like, yeah, I don't live in this world. I choose to live in the reality, in the world that I want to choose to. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Can't you see what's happening in the news? In like Lebanon and Israel and Trump and I don't know what else, regardless of your affiliation, I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me because I see everybody as light. But anyways, in the human mind, oh, this is bad, this is good. Democrat, Republican, he loves politics and he is not a politician, but he's very like passionate. And when like something happens on the news and he says, I'm like, I come from a very neutral view, and he does not get it. He literally tells me, you're out of your fucking mind. You don't live in this world. Exactly. You get to choose where you want to live. But the way that I choose not to live in this world, not because I'm escaping it, I'm honoring where you are. Who am I? Like to say, you don't have the choice, the free will choice to choose, to be a Democrat, Republican, to be this, to be that, to be a good person, or to, because even me like saying, you're bad, because like society said this is good and this is bad, that's a form of judgment. I'm aware of that constantly. Even wars, they talk about wars. I had a question, I was in Las Vegas 2 years ago at Disclosure Fest, and like one person like came up and said, oh, well, if there's a God, I mean, you know, I'm being a bit like dramatic, right? If there's a God, if there's a universe, why are there wars? Why are there like kids dying? Why are there like women dying? Why there's... And they went on into this beautiful dialogue about death. Do you guys believe death exists?
No, not after yesterday.
Okay. Yes or no? On the fence. Yeah, it's okay. Death exists?
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yes, it exists. Okay. No. So what happens after that? Like, do you think you just like stop to, you like cease to exist, or are you like, or like, what, yeah, like, you go back?
Yeah, you come back.
You come back?
Yes.
Okay. You said no to that. I mean, you said like yes to that. So like once you die, like what does your mind think happens?
In what respect?
After you die?
I have died 3 times.
Okay, so perfect.
So
And
you leave through your head. You have 4 days in physical time, which is linear, which is a man-made social agreement. Then after you stay here for your funeral and whatnot, if you don't come back, you go to the other side through the tunnel.
Yeah.
I transversed halfway through the tunnel. Something shifted because I was like you.
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
I want to know why they abuse children, why
Yeah.
people are why women are abused, all these bad things that happen. Halfway through the tunnel, something shifted.
Yeah.
Almost like the equivalent to what a child wears on Halloween around his neck. And you break it, you light
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That's what happened to my soul. I
Yeah.
had no more questions because all the answers were there.
We're there. But you came back. Like,
And I went to the other side, had my experience, felt I was there like, there's no time, this is the only place time exists.
yeah.
Felt I was there for 40 years. I went from the 12th dimension all the way down to the 2nd dimension. Every dimension has 12 layers and 12 layers and 12 levels in each dimension. The 12th dimension is not better than the 3rd dimension. It's just different.
Different frequency.
Criteria.
But right. But like the
What was the question?
no, it's fine. Like the point is, after like you die, like you don't cease to exist. You continue on living in some form.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. So if we all like really comprehend that like there is no death, we just like transition.
no death.
Exactly. It's just a transition to something different. We don't even know, and you'll get to know it when you die 4 times. With no offense, but I love it. You know, it's a gift to have that access and come back, because now you're really awakened.
It's a gift to be here and feel pain, too.
Totally.
It's a gift.
Totally. So what is war like to begin with? Like, what is killing? If we never die and we become like some form of energy and we're always living, what is war? Why is it happening? Why are we playing out these roles of like the bad guy, like the villain, or like the victim, if there's really no death? It's just a costume. It's like Halloween. Exactly. I want to play a role of human today. I want to play a role of being like the killer. I want to play a role of being the victim. But why does the soul like choose that? For the own soul to expand, for its own theme of exploration that we may never know. But us as viewers, as like spectators of what's happening, it allows our heart to expand. But through society's construct, it's easy for our heart to expand to the victim.
We chose it before we got here.
Yes. But as like a person outside of it, just watching a war, watching the death and the killing, in our mind, in our society, we've been like conditioned to open our hearts to the victim. But we were never conditioned to open our hearts to the perpetrator. But when you begin to experience love within you and understand what unconditional love is within you, then you step back and we begin to also forget the human aspect of that perpetrator, the humanity. It's easy for us to love victims. The real work is, how do I open my heart with compassion to the person that killed 100 people today? And step back. Why did they even get to that point? No child on earth is born that says, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be an artist, you know, I want to be a serial killer. I want to commit genocide. Have you ever heard a child wish? Have you? No, of course not. So what happened along that human, that little boy or girl, as they grew up, that killed their heart, for example, and I'm being dramatic, the trauma, the pain, you don't know what you don't know. You didn't know that I was molested. You didn't know like that I lived like through the war. You didn't know like that I started. All you knew is the way I look, which is quite cool, and just my energy. But as we walk through life, we see people on the outside knowing nothing. And you think you know, this is my best friend. This is my best friend. I've known her for 25 years. You think you know her. Yes, you've known maybe 98% of her life. But there's that 2% that each person hides or feels uncomfortable of, or not ready yet to share. Those are the ones. And you may know the story, or you may not know the story. But as you live through life, keeping like your lens open, I don't know that person's story. And just go into pure psychology, and I'm not a psychologist, but it makes sense in my mind. A person isn't born like hoping to be all these bad things. But what happened along the line that allowed that person to like shut their heart, or whatever trauma caused. I love watching documentaries about serial killers, about cult leaders. Yes.
I understand Hitler. I didn't understand
Hitler.
before.
I talked about Hitler before.
I never judge every bad person before I say anything. I say, wait a minute, I want to see why these people change to this.
Yes.
And I don't judge him.
Yes.
I understand him now.
Yes.
Because probably if that happened to me, I will be the same.
Yes. Exactly. So when you begin to understand, and like we're not saying we are like condoning war, or we're condoning these acts, but there's a reason why things accumulated to a point where the soul just felt like it needed to experience that. But what does it do to us as spectators? It allows us to open the hearts.
That's the key to life, experiential experience.
Experiential experience. And when we begin to step back and witness the world from a different lens, you begin to receive the codes of awakening. There's no awakening, guys. There's no destination. There's no, he's more ascended than me. My beings say it, and like they'll say it, I don't know what time it is, but we need to keep track so I can channel for you.
11:03.
11:03, okay, we have half an hour left. And I'll go into the channeling quite fast. They, and like the way they speak, you'll see it's quite profound. My voice will change, my mannerism will change, like my eyes like will be closed, I won't stutter. They clearly said, everything in creation, listen to this, is of equal value to the next. of equal value to the next, meaning the depth of darkness, the depth of whatever the most worst thing you can ever imagine in creation through our minds. And the most ascended, enlightened destination of, those two are of equal value. Because the moment you say, this action is better than that, or I'm less ascended today and I'm more ascended then, that's a form of judgment, and that's separation. That keeps you away from yourself. But to sit with the self and be able to see the world, from that lens, you have to sit with yourself and face yourself fully. Fully! The bad, the ugly, the evil. I know I was a serial killer in like a past life, and believe me, I have no intention of killing people in this life. But that thought crossed my mind, even within my own private mind, that small, like 2% that I'm like, nobody would know on earth. It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, no way on earth I'm a serial killer. No, I'm a good person. I'm of an open heart. But I had to sit with that. But I'm seeing it not from the lens of actually killing anything, just from the lens of a soul choosing to experience a role. So as I watch these documentaries, I'm always watching each character, every person, like the person that's speaking, like the police officer, this, that, whatever, all these documentaries, and the whole story in a very expanded lens of like, wow, like how can I see compassion in all these roles? And what a fucking amazing creators we all are. To be so expanded in our creativity that we formulate these roles, and all of them are designed, all of them, to open our hearts and to know more of who we are. Because all of it, like you are me, you are me, you are me, you are me. The only reason we're experiencing this like separation, because we chose to live this expanded light through the lens of separation. I decided to come to Earth and live in this physical body, on this physical planet. Nothing is physical, guys. Everything is energy. It's like Daniel said, like scientists have proved that in the cell, if you look in the cell, it's like 98% void of anything. It's emptiness. Which tells you we're not here to begin with.
We're a dream within a dream.
We're a dream within a dream. But we're so powerful that we are able to create a reality that we're not physical. You know what I mean? So when you begin to comprehend and like the logical mind shift and begin to live the frequency of what we say, because like my beings are very clear about the idea. They said that like as a joke with no judgment. They said like humans are like parrots. Like, you know parrots, how they repeat and regurgitate? But like parrots are really amazing, smart beings. But just as a joke, they're repeating things, da da da, love, 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 peace around the world, unconditional love, la la la, oneness, yeah, meditation. We say that, and I'm like making fun of it a bit, because we say that as performance. And like sometimes you don't realize you are performing these actions. Performing actions of, oh look, I'm sitting here going, I just meditate for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, guys, isn't that amazing? Like, you know, on selfie, yes, I'm great. Yes, it's a good act and it's beautiful, but becoming the frequency of meditation of who you are is a very different reality. That's what shifts the world around you. The becoming of what we say is, and that requires you to go within, to face yourself, to see your whole life story, to love unconditionally everything that occurred in your life. Everything. To open your heart. And oftentimes it's not about understanding and resolving and like getting to a destination of this. It's just about honoring, allowing the journey to be the creation. Even with my lower back, with my issues, I almost didn't come here. I just couldn't walk. I was literally like bent, and I'm still kind of bent like this, but you guys don't see it. I was bent like this for like 4 days. Like curved. I could not straighten up because all the muscles were tight, the disc, and I had to sit with myself and just allow it to be. But it's really funny how spirit works. Literally, I'm like, I'm not coming. I actually delayed my flight by one day. I delayed and paid $300 extra. But I'm like, I can't come on Thursday, I'll come on Friday. And even if Friday came, I'm like, fuck, should I come or should I not come? The fuck am I doing? I need to rest. My body tells me to rest. But no, I have to serve and da da da. And this whole war in your mind. The whole war in your mind. Like as expanded as I am, I forget. But I'm here and I've been good. Destiny. And it's because of all of our energies. Yeah. It's because like this is the frequency and vibration of healing. And I'm learning to receive, which is something for 45 years, I didn't know. I'm a giver. Easy. Money, time, anything you need, you got it. And I just empower people easily.
You're
I'm Jesus. I'm here to save you. And I've saved a lot of fucking people. The last person the person I left behind is me. And now I'm learning that. How do I save myself? There's no saving, but you know, how do I be there for myself? What does unconditional love mean to me? How do I love myself? Decisions like, I've been with my husband as much as I love him. Our relationship's not perfect. We haven't had sex in 8 years, and there's all kinds of stuff, and I don't sleep around, and I'm like, but I want to have sex. I want to have, like, there's aspects, you know, I'm real about my stuff. I don't hide these things. So, but I'm still like learning through it. You know, I'm just allowing like energies to kind of guide me and see. But I know my decisions will change my world. I'm afraid sometimes to make that decision and say, babe, as much as I love you, I don't think this is, we're not meant to be.
You know what? I think you have the same problem.
Yeah.
We have the ability to love on such a phenomenal level that
Yeah.
the normal person can't understand, and they perceive it wrongly because
Yeah.
they add sexuality and stuff to it.
Yeah.
When you are pure, authentic love.
Totally. And I confuse that like at times. Like, I mean, I've hugged a billion people. I love hugging. Like, hugging is my thing. And oftentimes, some women and men misunderstand it.
Yeah.
And there's a weird moment like, oh my God, okay, I'm just hugging you, and it's love, but it's like not this kind of love. It's, you know, but it's all part of the journey. Like, there's no judgment, right? I mean, they're feeling what they're feeling because of their lens, and I'm feeling what I'm feeling because of my lens. Both of us are right. There's no right or wrong. Okay, so I'll bring the beings. Hi, my love. So I'm gonna channel for a little bit.
No rush.
Oh, amazing. I love you. Thank you. You're welcome to come up front so you can hear, because we don't have a microphone. But you do you follow your heart. I'm gonna ask for a small favor. When it's 11:25, if like you can wake me up and just ask the beings to come back. But I'll give you a quick taste of how they feel. You are like welcome to ask questions. They'll say. I think they'll say like you're welcome to ask. Like you'll hear it. Once you hear that, then you can stand up. No, actually, I'll sit on this. This is good because it keeps my legs this bit slanted. But thank you. And ask whatever questions you want. Okay. They go into past lives, future lives. They're crazy in a good way. So.
Ask a question. Do we just ask what we are about ourselves, physically, mentally, spiritually, anything?
When I say anything, I know your mind's going to construct a limited version of anything. Because every time I have channeling sessions, after the session, people say, well, I really wanted to ask this, but I just told you to ask anything. I'm not judging you, but the point is how the mind receives anything in a different way. It's not anything, whatever you want, and trust your spirit. And like, just keep it to one question each, because we have a small time, just to honor you and everyone, okay? And like, they have a way of coming through, so they're dramatic, and my hands will move and everything. Just close your eyes for now. Just take a deep breath in very slowly. It's the speed in which you take the deep breath in is the key. Just be present with it, regardless of my instruction. Whenever you're ready to breathe it out very slowly, like little small droplets and like bubbles of air. Just relax the nervous system. Take a deep breath one more time. Regardless of my instructions, inhale as much as you can, very slowly. And when you're ready, if you already began exhaling, that's fine. Just exhale it out. Just relax your nervous system. And with the last breath, as you breathe in, just open your heart. Just visualize your heart opening beyond the mind, beyond the logic, beyond the words. Just see your heart as an energy expanding into the infinite. And as you breathe out, it keeps expanding further and further and further. And from the Antares Stargate, we come through in this way. To co-create with you this beautiful reality of oneness. To merge our heart with your heart. To be one with you in this way. To be one with the energies of the divine that each and every one of you are. And as we connect with you in this way, we are here to remind each and every one of you that you are the sounds of creation itself. You are literally the heartbeat of whom you call God, the one source. Each and every one of you is a tune of God itself. Each and every one of you is the harmonic and the frequency of God itself. And the compilation, the addition, the merging of all of these souls is the symphony of creation itself. Each and every one of you are precious, dearest ones. Are so precious that one day you, yes, you will be the last piece of the puzzle for God, for Source, to understand and seize itself fully as whole. Open your hearts to what we said. You, the individual, are the piece of the puzzle, the perfect sacred geometry of light, of sound, and of color that one day will complete the totality, the wholesome image for God itself. That's how precious you are. And that piece of the puzzle that you are can only fit in that spot when you are fully yourself. When you resonate on the frequency of the heart, when you listen fully to what your heart desires, beyond the concept of humanity, beyond the illusion of this reality, beyond the fears and the doubts and the worries. Everyone is going one direction and your heart tells you to go the opposite direction. Trust that calling. None of you are homogeneous. None of you are built the same. None of you are ever meant to see the world or experience the world the same as the next piece of the puzzle, as the next facet. That is the point. Each and every one of you are a specific sacred geometry as part of something bigger and whole. And that's what you are awakening to. The idea of ascension, the idea of expanding into the next state of awareness is not to be like someone else, is to simply fall into your own form. And many of you are deconstructing the idea of what form is, because you have been conditioned to be, to think, to live, to love, to experience life in a certain confine, in a prison of ideas. But our dearest ones, even within that prison, is creation. God exists everywhere. The frequency of creation exists everywhere. And listen to the next with an open heart. Are you ready? God, Source, the universe, the One, loves you unconditionally, without conditions, that it allows you the opportunity to experience all forms of the infinite, all shades of the infinite continuum. Because how else are you able to remember yourself as an infinite being? Shall you not be present with each intersection of such infinite continuum? The construct of the mind, the construct of society, has formulated an idea of a spectrum: the positive, the neutral, and the negative. That shall you be on the positive side of things, happy, meditation, having a home, married, successful, loving the world, then you are whole. But shall you be broken, lost, confused, suicidal, hateful, broken, then you need to be fixed. You need to be over here. We are here to tell you that this whole spectrum is reality. This whole spectrum is all of you. This whole spectrum is God itself. This whole spectrum are forms and different shades of the infinite continuum. And until you fall fully into this side of the spectrum, the negative, the dark, the evil, the bad, within yourself, and to begin to see that underneath such a label, underneath such a description, there is a creation force, there is a creative force, there is a creator, even creating that form of an experience. Even the experience that the mind tells you, I prefer not to be today, I prefer not to stutter, I prefer not to have lower back issues. I prefer not to have had that accident or that traumatic experience or that molestation or living through the war or whatever your life is. Underneath that is creation. Underneath that is the flame of God. And the question becomes, why did God allow me to experience that form of creation? Because God loves you without conditions, to allow you to be present and experience that form of illusionary worlds. Because once you strip away the illusion, you realize the flame of creation exists there. That is the frequency in which we operate. The honoring of everything that is. The no judgment of what is. Because we are conscious, have become conscious enough of the interconnectedness of everything. And yes, the frequency of unconditional love is the glue that binds all realities, all forms of existences. And with that, our dearest ones, we will begin our dialogue with you in this way. You are welcome to pose a question when you are ready.
How will my heart feel
Speak up.
physically? How will my heart feel? How will my heart heal physically?
How will your heart heal physically? What is going on with your heart?
It's not pumping blood in a large amount of only 35 to 40%.
Yes. And how do you define such an experience? What does it mean to you that my heart only pumps within 35 to 40%?
That I am weak.
Yes. Anything else?
Need to be stronger.
I need to be stronger. I am weak. Do you comprehend that the thoughts and the emotions and the words that you use allow you to create that reality? That regardless of what your doctors say on your planet, that the way in which you communicate and dialogue with your physical body can allow you to experience a form of that? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Have you ever considered that your heart is a communication mechanism? That your physical body, every cell in your body, every organ in your body, is a communication device, speaking and dialoguing with you, internal belief systems and programming that you are unconscious of?
Yes.
Yes. So with empowerment, go within yourself and speak to your heart. Allow your heart to reveal to you what the logical mind, the words, the construction of what reality is that you have been conditioned through society, to reveal to you beyond that illusion. Because in reality, your heart is telling you that you are only loving it 35% of the time. You are only loving yourself 35% of your time. You are only spending love towards self with that frequency in that percentage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
How can I help my message to get to the people it needs to be, that need to receive it more effectively?
Repeat that question again and speak slowly.
How may I get my message to those who need to receive it more effectively?
We heard you the first time, our dearest ones. We simply wanted you to be present with every word that you chose. Is that clear?
Yes.
The way in which you posed such a question already tells you, although your physical mind may believe that you are interconnected with others. Do you believe that you are interconnected with others?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then posing such a question tells you that you do not. Because shall you already know that you are interconnected with every other conscious being outside of you, regardless of the idea of humanity, that your consciousness, your energy is interconnected with the earth, with the water frequency, with the plants, with the insects, with the planetary bodies, with the wind, with the sun, and with the humans. Shall you fully comprehend that beyond the logic, you already know that that message has already been received, yes?
Yes.
So the question becomes, do you believe that your message is already whole? Do you believe your message is already effective? Do you believe that you are not broken? Do you believe that the message in which you think you are relaying is clear within yourself? Because you see, what you forget is that you are the engine of creation. Each and every one of you are the creator force that creates the reality outside of you. Nothing exists outside of you. Similar to the idea of projector. Yes, you're familiar with going to the cinema in the movies?
Yes.
You sit in a chair and watch a beautiful movie play out on your screen, yes?
Yes.
What is really happening? Is that movie happening outside on a screen?
No.
What's happening is within that projector, there are definitions, there are fields, there are inputs and outputs that emit light, yes?
Yes.
Outside that creates such a reality, yes?
Yes.
And that is what each and every one of you are. So when you ask a question, is my message effective in being received by others? When you see it from that projector aspect, are you as a projector, are you as a creator fully believing what you are teaching, what you are emitting? Because shall you fully believe that, you know instinctively through the idea of knowingness beyond the logic that that has already been received to what is within you already, although the outside perspective is being seen through the idea of distance. Is that clear?
Somewhat.
What was unclear, our dearest one?
The exact, I do believe my message is from others.
Yes.
I convey it, but I do not believe that the people that need to hear it are able to find it.
Ah, I am interconnected with everything else. You said you understand that, yes?
Yes, I do.
And how are you connected with everything else?
We are all one.
Through the idea of frequency, yes?
Yes.
So shall your frequency have the doubt that your message isn't clear, isn't being received, then you create a reality of such. Is that clear?
That is clear.
Yes, and that's what we are attempting to tell you.
Thank you.
You are the engine of creation. You are the belief system that creates the reality that emanates outside of you through the illusion of expanding those rays, expanding that light, expanding those definitions within you. Is that clear?
That is clear.
And when the external world is showing you that the message isn't being received, it is not the external world that needs to receive it. It is you that needs to be clear on what you are creating to begin with.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
That's very helpful.
With our unconditional love. Bright, 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 bright white light of creation. And the darkest shadows of the infinite. We thank you for this beautiful co-creation of oneness and for allowing us to fully be present with you in this way as we have expanded our own understanding of whom we are through your precious lens. And in turn you have allowed God, Source, the One, to see itself and become more complete of whom it is through each and every one of your frequency and vibration. Each and every one of you are mirrors to each other, reflecting back to you what you are unable to see within your heart. You live in a world of gifts, as everything that seems to be outside of you are all mirrors leading you back to self. Begin to live from that frequency that everything I am interacting with today and tomorrow and the next day is all designed to lead me to understand who I am. We will bring the channel back momentarily as we head back to the Antares Stargate. Good, when I channel, thank you. Can we do a group hug? Everyone, come.
You're amazing. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to join the group hug? Yes, come. Come. Come, come, come. Come. You did. Don't be shy. Come. Open your heart. Step beyond the bounds of fear. That's how you open your heart. Come on, receive, receive, receive. Yes, and take your time. Don't trip. It's all about love. Come, come, come. Come, 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 come. Just be. Come. Come, come. Come, guys. Come. Come over there. It's like really not about the camera. It's about us. Let's be. I'm like, let's do a circle. Just like, let's complete the circle. Yeah. And let's be one. On the inside. Not to over-instruct you, but come, come, come. We all have a space. We all have a spot. You see how perfect the circle looks? Because each and every one of us in this moment are just being. When I try to be you, or you, I'm literally, there's a hole and empty space there. To complete the oneness of who we are is to simply be the form that I am. And it takes courage. It takes to get out of your mind and the fucking society's bullshit and marketing and education. Don't get me started about the school system. That's another thing. All of it. So have courage in your life, in your community, in your family, to be as wild and crazy. And even if you're shunned, who fucking cares? Because the moment you try to be, there's an empty spot there. There's a hole missing, and that's the void that we are feeling in our hearts. This is the void that I am searching through every other fucking idea and modality. And I can only feel that when I'm in it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. In the medical world, we gotta go. It's always a circle, never a line.
Okay.
That way, there's no beginning and no end.
I've never done this, by the way. This is the first that's happened to me. Like this spirit leading it. So,
Beautiful.
yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. What's your name?
Lynn.
Lynn and Toni.
Nice
Hi,
to
honey.
meet you.
Thank you for having the
Yes,
courage
look-
to come. I'm so happy you guys broke through the.
Hello, beautiful.
I love
My
you.
friend.
I love you,
I will be
honey.
calling you.
Yes.
Remember me?
Yeah, totally, of course.
We have our selfie.
Totally, I got you. I got to keep your
Smoky
card.
quartz.
Thank
And
you,
you
my
have
love.
that too, yes?
I know, I won't forget
They're
that.
stunning.